different. Okay, it's different. I should be farther in my day than I am, but oh well. Here we are. What are they saying? What do they say? Appetappatat. I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Who cares? I have no idea what they're saying. Hello, guys. Welcome to Tap the Screen for me to like the live. I'm finally live. I was going to go live like 2 hours ago and I got sidetracked. So we are running late this morning. Do me a favor, tap the screen. I like it when people stop by to see me. It's not really this morning anymore. I'm just late. So there we go. Hi, guys. What's going on? Welcome through Tap the Screen. I said I'm live on YouTube. I'm also live on TikTok. I do like it when people go and follow my other social media as well. I'm just saying, I got a ton of it out there. Just go any site you want to find me on. If you go and look up Misfit Ren, I don't think there's another one out there, so you're bound to find me. Yeah, but like my face looks a hot mess this morning. So yeah, this week was like a pretty boring one. I went out Tuesday, I shot some pool, but besides that, I've been kind of like just sitting on my butt and painting. I Caroline, what's happening? I have literally just been sitting on my butt and painting like crazy. And when I tell you, like, I'm determined, I want to get, I have like, okay, so I will start something, right? I'm normally pretty good about finishing my pictures, right? Normally pretty good about it. I have like where I have like a pile of just unfinished stuff, like stuff that I started that I was like, oh, this will be a really great idea. And then kind of got like sidetracked and then was like, all right, I'll come back to it later. I would like to get that, like, even if it's not something that I absolutely love, I would like to be able to get that pile finished. So we will see. And then, I said I got accepted to do another art battle, which I'm really excited for because that was like a lot of fun. Like I really liked the event. It was very well put together. It was very well like the people were all super duper nice. And I said, "Are you're not gonna like everything you say, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I mean, I was gonna say I have work that I've done that like maybe I did it a while ago. Maybe it's not like doesn't resonate the same way with me that it once did. Like, but at that point in my life, that's what I liked. Like at that point in my life, that was my story, and that's what I was feeling. So I said, "Oh, it's very different." So I really do hope that they'll have me like come and be a part of the one on the 31st. We will see. Hopefully, everybody can hear me on YouTube today. I've been having like so I went away on vacation for like a week. Like I'm exaggerating. Maybe it was a week. I don't know, something like that. And then my doggy's been sick, so I'm like, okay, I'm getting back in the swing of things. I said I will be. And then the holiday, I hope everybody had a great holiday. I said we are rocking right along. Do me a favor, tap the screen, like the live. I love it when people do that. We're on here all kinds of late and wrong. I said I do trending topics. I figured I would just wait and see if I get any battle requests through. Some days it's like battle request, battle request, battle request. And then other days it's like, not so much. So I said we're just gonna play this by ear and hopefully get like, ugh, I look like shit, man. Look at the size of these like dark circles. Look at the size of these dark circles, man. Like I could literally carry luggage in there. I could literally carry luggage like in the size. Like look at that, man. When I was younger, I didn't have that shit. Okay, so let's see. What did I do with my list? There it is. Okay, so all right. First thing in the weird news today. So, did you guys see there's a thing going around right now, and like people have been talking about it. It's like kind of going viral, right? Where they're calling her the DoorDash bandit, right? Like you order your DoorDash, you go and you get your food. You take it off the front step. Maybe they forgot a side. Maybe they didn't. Oh, thank you guys. Hold on. Let me turn it off for like 10 minutes. I'm gonna turn the battle request off for like 10 minutes. But so you don't necessarily. I don't. I will be the first one to admit that I don't do this. Like, do you guys check every single thing when it comes through? Like, I mean, you're gonna know. Darkwing, you are wonderful, honey. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you, baby. But like, okay, say you order your groceries. So you guys stand there like once you order your groceries and like check in every single thing. Like I try to, but for the most part, if it's not like way off, I'm like, oh, okay. Like I assume that it's like there, but like, and I get this when people do they are having like this thing where say you order from like, oh, thank you, Cush Angel, honey, I appreciate you. But like, say you order from, we'll say Outback Steakhouse, right? And then you call and you say, hey, I didn't get my green beans, right? They'll go, okay, well here, like most of the time they'll just give you a credit back for the green beans. So you're getting so they were having a lot of people that were going through and they were ordering from DoorDash and they weren't getting like sizable things, right? So there was, and I like when I say, you look at people online, and some people are so good about playing the part of being who they are not. That it's like, you're cute. I have my moments. Watch, especially when I do this. So cute. But so, some people are like, you see these people that are sitting with these really big orders. Like, what is the point of doing a seafood boil if you're sitting in your car? Does that make any sense? Have you guys seen that? Like, people are doing like this seafood boil where they're breaking crabs and eating shrimp and shit in the car. And I'm like, in the car? Like, I'm just saying, some stuff, like, it's one thing if you get a piece of pizza and you're like, oh, I wanted to show you guys this pizza. Even that, you guys ever try? I don't. I see. I don't mind. Like, I don't mind seafood. I'm not going to do it sitting in a car covered in butter and Old Bay. And heaven forbid if you've ever been to like a seafood boil and you accidentally like touch your eye. Oh my God. I went to. Okay. I went to, because I said I live in like the Northeast. Seafood is a very big thing here. I went to a crab feast one time, right? And this was maybe within the last years, and it grossed me out. So now, okay, normally you go to a crab feast, right? They scoop all the poop off the top. Well, this place didn't do that. I don't think they realized how to cook crabs. So there's a layer of poop that comes with boiling crabs. Like, that's just how it is. I can remember being little, right, Shepard? Hi, baby. I can remember being little, and I didn't necessarily get what was going on. But my dad and my uncles used to go out all the time, and they would go crabbing, right? And they had one of those big, like, black and white spotted pots. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's got one of those. Like, if you were back in the day, like, somebody's parents had, like, one of those big. And I can remember hearing the crabs in there going ding, 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 ding. And then he would turn it on. And then after a while, you'd hear ding, ding, ding. And you're like, okay, as you get older, you're like, oh, my dad was boiling a creature to death. Okay, that's what the hell was. You know what I mean? When you're little, you're just like, oh, they stopped making music. Like, when you're a little kid. So my parents, like, if there was a seafood boil, oh my God, like, they were about that shit. Like, I mean, my parents got down to business. They grew up during the Great Depression when seafood was, like, really big. So when I tell you they will put the newspaper out, they get their bowl of butter going, and my parents would grub. Like, that was like in the Northeast, that is like a fun event. It's like a seafood boil. Like, we love seafood here, and so I mean, I like seafood as much as like the next person, but like I see some people, man, I don't know. Petty color. I don't have any toes, Kaput. It sucks. So does that count as clear? It might be clear. All right. But so there's this woman, right? Who she apparently she was a food reviewer, right? Food reviewer for years apparently has done this, and then somebody realized they seen her on TikTok, right? Like I said, some people are really good at making it look like they're like living large, and they're really not. So this woman's on TikTok, right? And she realizes, hey, the woman doing this seafood boil was my DoorDash driver, right? She goes and she looks. Well, guess what? This order happens to be the exact same as her. What's up? You remember me? Hi, Johnny. How are you? Not off the top of my head, but it might come back. Sometimes it gets busy. You know what I mean? But so she realized, like, hey, this chick is filming herself sitting in the car eating the exact same order I just got from her, like, yesterday, right? And so the woman probably sat and thought about it for a little bit and thought about it for a little bit. But so if there's a crab leg missing, somebody's probably not going to notice, right? If there's a bit of a bite of mashed potatoes, right? Like, somebody might not notice. So what this woman was doing was, when people would order food, she would sit in her car and make it look like she had just ordered all this food and was getting ready to eat it, and would just grab little pieces of stuff and eat it, and then put it together to make it look like she was like a food critic. Like I said, some people are really, really good at making this shit work and making it look like, I would be so mad. Like I would be so mad. Would you be mad like okay, so they didn't take all your food, but like if they were taking crab legs or taking a bite of this or I would be mad. I would be mad. Like I don't want anybody opening my food. Like that's you know what I mean. I would be pissed. Like, I would be pissed. I used to hear about delivery drivers that like were pizza drivers, right? And you know, like when you're in the car and cheese slides around, like, listen, food's expensive anymore. Janet, what's going on? Like, I don't put nothing by nobody. But so, they would eat like the cheese off the pizza and then just be like, oh, it must have rolled around a lot. So, do you guys like, hey, Janet, good, hi, guys. I keep wanting to say good morning. It is not morning anymore. Everybody have a good Christmas. I hope so. I hope you guys all. But so yeah, there was this woman, and then they went back and they started looking at all the DoorDash deliveries. Like people, like listen, this is evidence, okay? Just saying this. If you do it in front of your camera, that is always something that can be used as evidence. Yeah. I missed my mom's house on Christmas Eve because oh, did you? I had one too. I went away, Janet, for like a week. I went to it was an indoor water park, which is essentially like a petri dish. So I ended up, me and my son ended up like we came in, we were both like, ugh. And then I couldn't, what's happening? And then I couldn't talk for like 3 days. I had absolutely no voice. It was fun. It was fun. It was a good time. Like it wasn't, but so they went back and they matched this woman's DoorDash delivery, like with her delivery schedule, with her videos she was posting on TikTok of her reviewing food, and they were able to go back X amount of time. I had to vomit. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I hate having the vomits. You're like, please, like it's painful. Like I'm happy I didn't have that one. I just had like it was like a head cold, like a virus. Like I just couldn't like and like my breathing. I was like waking up in the middle of the night, sitting up coughing and shit. Like that shit sucks. It sucks to be like sick over Christmas, but so they went back and they looked right. They looked back, gave me an ice cream cone. Awesome. But so they went back and they looked and they matched up everything. And here, a lot of the food that she had critiqued was stuff that she had delivered for DoorDash. So she would, like I said, would pull over, get the order, pull over real quick, set it all up like it was her food that she just picked up or something, right? Sit there and eat it, and then take what was ever left over and put it back in the box and deliver it. And then when people would call, it's normally cheaper just to refund somebody for, say, like a side order of green beans than it is to have a driver come and pick it back up. And you know what I mean? Like they're normally out money that way. So there's a lot of times where people would just be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, just here, give me my money back for my green beans. But so this chick was sitting there, so they're going back now. I'm like looking at everything, but I'm like, I don't want somebody's fingers all up in my food, but like, I always thought that was weird. I can remember seeing this chick's videos, being like, why would somebody do like a seafood boil in a car? Like, why? Why would anybody do that? Like, you figure you got butter all over your hands. You got so okay. I went to this crab feast, right? And I said, like, listen, if there's one thing I know how to do, it is peel a crab. Like, I cut my knife down. I'm good, right? Like I'm like a professional. So I went to this one crab piece and I said they didn't know that like okay, so you're supposed to go back when you cook, especially a whole bunch of crabs. There's poop on the inside. It's not like they're magically don't have poop in them anymore. They still have poop in them, which is like a yellowy mustardy stuff, right? For anybody that's never eaten crabs, everybody's eaten crabs, right? And after a while of boiling it, you know, some of that gets released as the animal passes away. It's not funny, but at the same time, you're like, and so, okay, what people will do is they'll take a skimmer and they'll take the poop off the top of the crab, boil, right? And then they'll put it, like, they'll cover it in Old Bay at the end and everything. So I went to this one and they didn't know to, like, skim the poop, right? So I go there and instantly, like, my crab has Old Bay all over it, but then it's, like, covered in mustard. So I'm like, okay. And then rather than having us have like an individual wash station, which is what I've had at every other crab boil I've ever been to a day in my life, you know, I mean, like every single other one ever. Everybody got their own. And this one, it was like it grossed me out because it was like four people to one bucket. So then you're dipping your crab in there to wipe to like get all the poop off of there, but then it's also taken off the Old Bay, and then you're like sticking your hand in. Where like I'm like I don't know these people. Like I don't want to wash my crab poop off of it. Like well, like I don't know these. I don't know where their motherfucking hands have been. Like, I don't want to use that. But so I do. I love crab. Like I said, my mom, she could. She was. You talk about a professional crab eater, man. She could put some crabs away. But that was like a big thing in my house when I was growing up, like the whole seafood thing. We don't do. I've never had crawfish. That's not like big up here. That's more down like towards the bayou and shit. But I mean, I assume it's like it seems like it would be like eating shrimp, right? Like a little. To me, in my head, what it is a cross between like shrimp and like lobster. Oh, she loves crawfish. I've never had one, but I assume, like I said, I assume I prefer that my food be defaced. Like I prefer that my food. I don't know that I could eat. I've eaten shrimp. I've eaten tons of shrimp in my lifetime. But when you get it and it's still got all its parts on it, like it's one thing if it's got the legs, I can pull that off. I got that doesn't bother me. But when they give you the shrimp and it's still got the eyes and shit to it, I don't know. I don't want anything looking at me. Sends me a picture of the one I like. Oh God, like it just don't make it look like it's some mystery on where it came from. Like I don't eat like a lot of fish because I said like I don't like when I said my one of my sisters is Filipino, right? And so she like when I say that they eat like seafood, like she eats like seafood. And so you'll go to like the family parties and there's just like a giant fish and it's still got its face to it and all. I'm like, told you guys I was having this one. I was walking around the one day with my daughter. We'd gone to like the Asian supermarket, right? And I kept seeing like lobsters, and I was like, man, I could really go for some lobster. Man, I could really go for some lobster. Do I have the heart to go and order a live lobster and take it home? And I don't know that I could do that. I don't know. I'm a total wuss when it comes to that. Like as long as it doesn't have its face and I can live in denial, I will gladly eat it. So I ended up we went to like another supermarket later and I seen ones that were already unalived. Like they were still whole. I'm like, okay, you know what, since I'm not doing it, maybe like I'll be alright with it, right? I was all excited, was gonna fuck up some lobster when I got home. Got home, boiled it, and then sat there and looked at it and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. If it's got the face, and I know a lot of times with crawfish, it normally does. Like, it just puts me off. Have you guys been seeing, like, you know how there's trends on TikTok? Like, TikTok's really big on its trends and whatnot. Thank you, Jeff, honey. I love the video chat with you. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, honey? I'm putting a follow back on you. But so, okay, so what was I saying? But yeah, so I ended up I had to get rid of it. But I know crawfish, like it normally has its face. Like I don't know. It's just I can't do it. But so I said I like seafood enough, but like I don't know. I've never eaten oysters. Those literally look like somebody blew their nose in a fucking shell. And I'll be seeing people like fuck them up. I'm like, but so there's a new viral trend going on right now where you guys know what surstroming is. I think that's how it's pronounced. I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not 100% sure. So there's this thing and it's called surstroming and it's like a fermented fish. Like it's literally like jelly. Like I guess it's one of those things you got to be brought up on, right? Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. But so it's one of those type of things. Like you really got to be brought up on it and understand like how to eat it. So what they're doing on the internet right now is they're doing the surstroming challenge. Like I keep seeing people try it and like, here's the one that really fucks me up. You'll see people outside that are like dry heaving, trying to get the shit down. All right. You'll see people like just out, they're outside in open air and they're literally dry heaving. Well, now they've taken it a step further. And why this is happening is beyond me, but it is. It's happening. Like, I can't stop it. It's just something, I'm an observer. It's just something I've seen. So, there's been like groups of guys that have taken on a new challenge with that where they are now opening surstroming in their vehicles with like their friends in the vehicle too. And I'm like, why do you want? Wait, what? Like the one that I seen was this dude, and he's sitting there eating it, and he's throwing up in the fucking cup holder, and I'm like. Like, what? You think that these people, like I said, some people are really good at making stuff look convincing. I'm betting you that one of those guys works at like a detailing place, and when people leave their cars overnight, they go in these people's car because like nobody's gonna do that. That's all I keep thinking. Nobody's gonna do that. Who would do that in their own car? Who would do that? Have a call four of your buddies up. Hey, you want to know what we like? Why would anybody do that in their car? Like, does that make sense? I don't know if you guys have seen it. Maybe it's just whatever corner of TikTok I managed to get up on. But so like, but there's nothing about it that looks appealing. Like they literally, it looks like fish that somebody blew their nose on. I told you, my dad used to be like, they grew up eating everything. In the Great Depression, if it was something that could be consumed, whether it was safe or not, they consumed that shit. And that's all there is to it. They literally ate the fuck out of everything. I promise that was my foot. That was not me. But deflection. No, I'm just teasing. But yeah, they ate everything. So I said I can remember being little and going to like, and my dad grew up on a farm, so that was like even worse. Like he ate everything. Like he ate everything. Like they, oh god, they like she. My mom was pretty bad with it too. But my dad, he grew up with like 11 brothers and sisters, so food was even more scarce. Some comments in this line were filtered. Uh-oh. But so, yeah, so that's like, so food was even more scarce in his house than it was in my mom's. And when I tell you he ate everything, I mean, he ate everything. Like, I would see a jar that had like jelly in it in the fridge, and I said I can remember being little and I really realized what I was looking at, you know what I mean? But I'm like, and it just had that jelly. The jelly isn't like, but he would literally eat it raw. He could take a pig's foot out of this jelly and take a bite of it and stick it right back in there, and I'm like, that's pretty disgusting. Like that's pretty fucking disgusting. Like that's pretty hardcore. Like if you were willing to do that, you have known some trials and tribulations when it comes to hunger in this lifetime, and you were probably looking at everybody else like they're spoiled pieces of shit. Yep. What do you mean you don't eat the foot? Oh, you're so bougie. You need fire. You gotta cook stuff before you, you eat it. Like when I was little, we couldn't afford fire. Like okay, like I just can't imagine. Like so, I said even stuff like the eyeballs. My parents would eat that. There, I'm sure they never talked about whether they ate ween, but I would assume like if it was a part of an animal, they wouldn't like. They're not gonna be like, oh, it's the wiener. Like you know what I mean? They're gonna eat that shit. If you're hungry enough and somebody says, here, this is pork, you're gonna eat that. I kept seeing this new thing too, where it was over the holiday over Thanksgiving, and I thought it was pretty cute. It was pretty funny. You know how they would have they were taking videos of people's kids like cleaning out the turkey, right? And they're like, okay, grab the bag, pull it out, okay. And then they would get to the neck, and they're like, oh, it's a boy. And the kids be standing there with like this thing, and they're like, and I'm like, way to traumatize our children. I mean, I feel like you have to traumatize your children a little bit, right? It's no fun if you. See, I'm an asshole. That would have been one of those things I would have done. My daughter would have been so mad at me. What? You lied to me? That's not what it is. Well, I'm glad that you lied to me. Yeah. Why did you make me think that? Like, so I say, guys, I'm live on YouTube. I'm also live on TikTok. For some reason, my YouTube has not been working lately. Like the sound on it has been all shuffled, and I don't know how to fix it. Don't know what to do. Don't know how to go. I don't know. So I said, if you're new, you're more than welcome to come and chit chat with me. I kind of ramble on, so don't mind me. There is a creator that I follow. She's really big on TikTok. Her name is Mira and the Bullies, something like that. I forget what she's like. I think she's Austrian, and she has like literally like 7 to 8 pit bulls. She has one dog that literally only has like 3 teeth in the front. She dresses them up in costumes all the time. Like the one dog name was Raffy, and he went by Mr. One Tooth online. And he was a cute dog. He's like a pit bull. He just had a couple teeth, like had a lot of personality. And so I said, most people, I'm sure I'm not the only one, get emotional during the holidays, right? Tell me why Christmas Eve she put a thing out saying that her dog had she dropped him off at daycare. She went home to Austria for her holiday and all that stuff. For her holiday. I love the fact they call it holiday. Just call it vacation. But so she got home and she found out that she dropped him off at a doggy boarding place, right? The dogs were fighting and they ended up like her main dog in this group that had like a heart attack, and so she was away. Tell me what, I was sitting there, I cried like a little bitch the other day. I don't never met this person, never met her dog, and I said, "Hi, what's going on? How are you, Stella?" Like never met this dog, never met this person, but just seeing her dog, I absolutely broke me into shreds. Like I said, my dog's getting older, so it's like, and until hey, Weeze, what's happening, baby? Until you really have a dog that is like your best friend, you really don't know what it's like to, you know what I mean? Like I said, my dad grew up on farms and whatnot, so when you had dogs when they passed, you didn't get attached to them, like that was it. Like they grew up before there was like vets and all that stuff too. So when your animal got sick, you just waited for it to go. So my dad actually thought that vets were like a waste of money. But that's, I said, we're much different towards our animals now than we used to be. You know what I mean? Like we look at them as part of the family. They would just like, oh, well, there's more. You know what I mean? Like there, yeah, there's more out there. It's fine. Like we'll just say, yeah, we'll just wait for the next one to go. So I said when I was growing up, like my parents weren't really. I can only ever remember having like one dog, and my parents weren't really. That's fucked up to say because they were. He was like 16 when he passed away, but like my parents never really got attached to him. They never really got that like he's my best friend type deal. And I'm like, like my dog, he is like the best thing ever. Like I absolutely love my dog desperately. He is spoiled rotten. He is absolutely spoiled rotten. But I said like this woman, she's got a good healthy amount of followers. But like most of her content is her, at least from what I've seen, like dressing the dogs up. Like she just posted like a video like a couple days before. I was gonna say, Janet, you remember Kelly, right? Like Kelly Smotherbulb. She posted a video on Facebook yesterday, and just like scrolling, like I'd said, I normally don't check Facebook much, but I happened to come across a video, and it was her telling her dad that she's pregnant with twins. And when I told, oh my god, I sat there and I wept. I wept, not even cried. Like that's the greatest news ever. But I did. I wept. Totally. Totally. I was like, I posted a comment on, I was like, these fucking English people making me cry and shit. Like, straight up. Like, because I said, Kelly's been one of my good friends for a really long time. I've known her for live streaming for like 5 years now. A lot of the people that are familiar with me are familiar with her, especially if you were from Meet Me, because she's funny as fuck. Like, she's funny as fuck. That's all there is to it. This bitch sounds like Mary Poppins. When she talks, she is from London. She sounds like a proper Brit. She is stiff upper lip, like like 100%, like any British stereotype you could think of. When this chick talks, just hearing the sound of her voice, it is like you're like, would you like a spot of tea? Like she's like, I don't like tea. I'm like, what kind of Brit are you? Like what? What do you mean you don't like tea? I thought y'all like bathed in that shit. Is it just American propaganda? Might be. But so but then like she literally had a sailor's mouth. Like, and I think that's what makes Kelly so funny is like you hear her talk and you're expecting to hear like the Queen's speech. You know what I mean? Like when the Queen gets up, hello my fellow Brits, how are you? And then like you expect to hear that, and then like the shit, like just shit just like falls out of her mouth. Like I love Kelly. Like I said, Kelly's been one of my longtime friends for like, and she's one of the funniest people I've ever met. So if you guys think, like, if you ever wonder whether or not people I meet online do affect me, they do. They very much do. Like, something I've had to get used to throughout the years is like people will come and go, and people, and it's not that I want them to. It's not even like I'm not arguing with people. I don't, but I understand people's lives get busy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always some way that you guys can find me. Like, there's always some way that You know what I mean? Like I can, especially the people that I'm really close to. There's always ways for people to find me. Like there are people online that have my actual number or have my actual Facebook or have my actual, that's not information I give to everybody just because people are nuts. Like people are nuts. Like people are nuts online. So it's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with my name. It's fine, but like I don't give it to everybody just because, like I said, people be fucking nuts. Like that's all there is to it. But yeah, so people have been posting a whole bunch of stuff about this dog. I'm like, yeah, the doggy passing away definitely hit me in the feels. Hmm. Did. I like I said, I wept. And like I've been really emotional. I try really hard to be like really steady these last few days. I've just been a big old mess. Fucking holiday bullshit. All right, so there is. I talked about this the other day, right? So this is, and I said I just do trending topics. Adrian, hello guys. Do me a favor, tap the screen like the live. It helps me trend higher, and then I get more people in. That's how that works. So I said we're live on YouTube. We're live on TikTok. I was like super late coming on today, so I'm like, okay, dragging his. Um, there is a thing going on with I don't know if you guys have seen it, like the Nicki Minaj for whatever reason is becoming trying to become relevant again. Like I don't know. I was never a big like I never really found like if she didn't get butt implants, could she have been famous? That is the real question. Because that's really what like got her big, like no pun intended, was like the fact that everybody liked her. Well, anyway, okay, that's totally my opinions. Dr. Seuss rap when somebody's like, "I put the spam in the can," and you're like, "That didn't even rhyme." Spam and can, they only have one letter. That's what? That doesn't rhyme. Like, but it's that type of rap, where you're like, I put the cat on the bat and we went to the hat and it was on the mat. And you're like, dude, that doesn't even make any sense. What are you talking about? Like, that just doesn't even make sense. But so, she's been doing her rounds lately with like doing promo and whatnot. And she like, they ended up, they're doing like this mass unfollowing of Nicki Minaj because she's come out as like pro MAGA and all that stuff. I don't get, like I said, like politics are such a hot topic in this country right now. They're such a hot topic. I'm really for people maintaining their beliefs, but I just don't want to have them pushed on me. Like regardless of whether somebody is independent, non-independent, liberal, not liberal, like regardless if Republican, not Republican, I just prefer to like people are gonna feel how they feel. Like they're getting their information the same way I am, which is hearing it, reading it, somebody else is telling you, yeah, this really happened. Unless you're there to see it, you have no way to really prove it. So how do you know it did happen or it didn't happen? We just know what they're trying to put out there to us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we really don't know. Nicki Minaj went on Turning Point USA, right? Which is Erica Kirk is now in charge of it. Hey, Black Dragon, how are you, baby? But so Erica Kirk is now in charge of it because and so people have, I Dragon, how are you, baby? So people have been kind of going after Erica Kirk lately because they're saying that here's my opinion. Like I said, this all ties together. People are looking at Erica Kirk now with like, is she acting normally for a widow? Is she, which I think is stupid. Everybody mourns differently, but then on top of it, like I'm sure that it was probably a lot for her to take in. So, like, what is the proper way to grieve, and what is the proper way to show that you're upset? So now people are making up all these theories that it was like some conspiracy, and she was in on it because she wanted to take over. Like, that seems a lot. Wouldn't you have made sure? I go, what's going on? If you had planned it, wouldn't you have made sure that your kids weren't there that day? That's my thought. But like, I would assume she probably went to her doctor and said, "This just happened. This is major," and she probably got like 4 prescriptions for something, right? Like something that would help her sleep, something that would help her not have anxiety, because it's a lot for anybody to deal with, right? Like it was like John Benet Ramsey's mom afterwards. She was doing interviews and people were like, "Oh, she's not reacting properly. Well, yeah, she was like on like like you go and you say my daughter was just unalive this last week. Guess what? Doctors are gonna load you up because that's a big thing to go through. So I have a feeling that there's probably a little bit of that. Like I'm not saying it's substance abuse, but there's probably something that's keeping her a little bit calmer. And I can see from her perspective too, she probably thinks that this is God's way because they're like uber religious, like God's way of presenting this task. Like this was, But she went on TV and she's like, I forgive the young man who and people are like 4 days later, you forgave him. But once again, that's something that could also be explained by like religion, that but like even still, even if you're religious, I think it would definitely take me more than 4 days. I'm not saying that forgiveness isn't something that's possible, but it ain't gonna happen for me in 4 days. I'll tell you that much. Like maybe and I said I can't understand too being religious and wanting to. Guys, welcome through. I said I'm just rambling right along while I put my makeup on. I said I am all kinds of late and wrong today. I hope you guys all have a beautiful day. I hope you guys all have a beautiful what the fuck, right? I was gonna say WWE. Can you hear me? I'm just making sure. But okay. So then so on Turning Point USA recently Nicki Minaj was on there, right? And I'm just making sure y'all can hear me. My YouTube's been acting up lately, so whatever. But she ended up. So now they're doing this, and it was overnight. Nicki Minaj literally went down like 10 million followers off of her social media, which I'm sure she's not really upset about. You know what I mean? But so she ended up. She went on Turning Point USA, right? And Erica Kirk was like interviewing her, right? And Nicki Minaj referred to JD Vance, the vice president, as the assassin, JD Vance. So, and then she kind of stopped and she put her head down and kind of giggled a little bit. And Erica Kirk was like, without missing a beat, she kind of went, well, that's not the worst I've ever, or, with everything that's happened recently, that's not the worst thing I've heard anybody say in front of me. And I was like, okay, so I can see why people are getting a little, I don't think that there's a proper way to grieve. I think that people, they're going to look at behavior. And when you have that much spotlight on you, regardless of whether you know you act the way people think you're supposed to or you don't, or sometimes just enough people looking will make you kind of go, okay, like something's, like people will, not everybody's gonna like everybody. Is it we had an ice storm last night, so everything that I was gonna do today, Janet, ended up getting canceled for ice, and then we didn't get any. Good to see you all. Thank you, Daniel, honey. It's good to be seen. I like seeing you too. I said I love it when you guys stop by to see me. So yeah, so Nicki Minaj went on. She's made like just all this pro MAGA stuff, and then she made the assassin comment too, which I thought was a little tasteless. If you're saying that to Erica Clark, like if you're saying that on purpose to get a rise to see how she responds, it's kind of gross, but tacky, yes. But you know what I mean, like not I'm all for freedom of speech and I'm all for like people being able to say what they want to say, but sometimes it's just like just because you can be an asshole, like Nicki Minaj, she very much has that attitude of I can be a diva because I can, which okay, I get it when you're around people that are like yes men and they're like, oh yes ma'am, yeah, oh yes ma'am, like constantly, eventually you're gonna be like, you know what, I can do no wrong. But at the same time, like it doesn't really, you know I mean, it's also classy to kind of, not take digs at widows. You know what I mean? Like that's also like a very big thing. Because I have more. Who's Dave? Oh, I was got. Oh, because I have. Who are you talking to, me? Or oh, you meant Nicki Minaj. I was like, yeah, you probably do have more money than me. It's right after Christmas. I caught up, Janet. Yeah, like like there's a lot of people where, and then on top of it, people when you get famous, they want you to look down the next line. There wasn't anything there. You said it's 70 degrees here and sunny, yay, and then it said because I have more money than you do, and that's the only thing. Sometimes I don't be loading shit too, so and that my reading comprehension, like I might have smoked that away. It happens, but so I mean, it is. What are we really surprised that? Oh my God, guys, are you ready to take a seat? You're going to be so heartbroken for the next piece of news. It says, do I changed it from Dave to do? What? What does that mean? Who's Dave? I don't know Dave. Do I know Dave? I mean, I know a Dave. I don't know if it's your Dave that. But so that's what I was saying earlier. So I had like my friend Kevin. He was one of my longtime friends on Meet Me. He passed away recently, and that was really sad. I cried over that. Oh, okay, gotcha. But like I cried over that shit. Like but when I say like I've understood that people are gonna come and go when you are a live streamer. Like it's sad when it happens. I don't want anybody to leave. I would love for all my friends to stick around forever and to have just stupid, like giggle matches and like I would love that. But I also understand like honestly Nicki Minaj is my type. I was gonna say, I mean, I'm not like opposed to that. Like, I think that people, women of all shapes and sizes, but she just does kind of come off as like a tool bag, Daniel. Like, I'm not even saying I can admit she looks good, but like at the same time, like she definitely like it's like not really surprising when somebody's like, oh yeah, she was a piece of shit. You're like, yeah, I mean, Cardi B. I love me. I'm not a big fan of Cardi B's music. I love Cardi B. This bitch went into court, right? Testified in an assault case, went outside and proceeded to throw something at one of the reporters outside of the courthouse. Like that's impressive. Like if you're gonna have some balls, stick to it. Have some balls and stick to it. You know what I mean? I can't even hate on her for that. Like you know what I mean? Like she just got off on an assault charge, and got out of civil court. Like so what'd she do? She went outside. Somebody said something about her husband. Picked the thing up, threw it right at him. There was another one. It was in Las Vegas, like maybe last year, a couple years ago. She was on stage and somebody threw water on her, and without even skipping a beat, she grabbed the microphone up, yucked it right at the person. I was like, oh damn, okay. Like you gotta admire somebody that don't give a shit on that level. You know what I mean? But like, imagine that. That's your big claim to fame. Your big 15 minutes. Oh yeah, you remember when Cardi B threw that mic at that person? Yeah, that was me. Like of all things. But so and then I said Cardi B actually just did. This is kind of on topic, off topic. She just did I thought it was neat of her that she did a concert in Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna learn how to talk in Saudi Arabia, and she ended up love me a woman with 20 years older than me. I mean, there's definitely a market for it. Believe me, there is definitely a market for it. There's a lot of guys that like older women, and so I don't know, but like she did this show in Saudi Arabia, and people were like, oh well, she wasn't completely covered, like da 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 da, giving her shit. But like, if you see the way she normally acts in her concerts and the way she normally dresses in her concerts, she was literally covered here to here, had a pair of pants on, had some of her hair covered. I mean, I thought that. Do you imagine how much money they had to offer her to come there and cover up? Just imagine that. Like, how much money do you think the people of Saudi Arabia like had to pay her in order to get her to put some clothes on? I mean, like, I can't. Shit, if somebody was like, "I'll pay you to put your clothes on," I'd be like, "Shit, what else you want me to put on? Is it good money?" Okay, let's do that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna sell out real quick. Everybody says like in the music industry, like, oh, you don't sell out for money. I'm sorry. If somebody was offering you millions of dollars to come and do a concert, and all you had to do was dress in full length, like you just had to wear a shirt that was all the way down to here. Yeah, you might be hot during the concert. Put some fans on stage, and you had to have part of your hair covered. Thank you. Like I'll wear whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like for millions of dollars, yeah, I'll do that. I'll sell out real quick. Like I'll sell out real quick. Like I'm just saying, if somebody was like, here, I want to pay you millions of dollars to come in and do it, but you're gonna sweat your ass off during the show, and then you just can't show part of your hair, man. I don't give a fuck. I won't have hair by the time I got there. Like, like I'm just saying, like, would you cover up extra for it? I would. It's like I imagine as you get to be a celebrity, it kind of gets hard. Like I said, there's a lot of guys that'll bullshit about the whole FO thing, and they're trying to get women to sell them stuff. 90% of the times, if somebody even opens the door to that, that's like bullshit. Like they don't, they want to just see like how far you'll go. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not opposed to however anybody like wants to get their bag, do your thing. Like I'm not opposed to it. Like, but 90% of the time when guys bring that up, like, hey, would you sell? 90% of the time, it's them bullshit. It's them like wanting to open the door to say, hey, is this chick a hooker? Is she not a hooker? You know what I'm saying? Like it's how it is. But so okay, like I said, prepare yourself because the next piece of news is absolutely earth shattering. You guys might not be okay after this. There's a lot of sarcasm. I hope you picked up on it. Yeah, guys, welcome through. Tap the screen. Kim Kardashian did not pass the bar exam. I hate her. I literally do not like any of that. I like physically like do not like the Kardashians. Like I try to like everybody. I try to like everybody. I try to be a good person. I really don't like them. Like I just really don't like them. Like I'm like how spoiled can one family be? Like wouldn't it be great if you heard about them doing like charity stuff? Like I think if you have enough money to, and they might be for all I know. I've never heard of them like being the founder of a nonprofit or it's always for like stupid shit. Like their outfits on the red carpet. Like if you have that type of platform, if I had that type of platform where I would 100% start a charity, I would do like that's why people like Princess Diana so much that she was like philanthropist. I can't talk. I can't talk today. But so you know what I mean? Like if you have that kind of like level to you and you have why not use it for something good? You know what I'm saying? Like why not? Like what else, you know? Like that's cool that you can do all this stuff and that you have all this fame, but why not, leave the world a little bit better of a place? Like I don't know. I don't know anything that they've ever donated to society. Like and it cracks me up too because they'll have something like you remember a few years ago on TikTok, it was like all the rage, the Kylie Jenner lip pump. It was like the red thing and they would stick it over your lips like this and it would suction it, and all these girls were doing reviews of it about how it made it look so good. Well, the truth is, the tissue in your lips is plausible. It's like tissue that's similar to other places on women. So when the blood rushes there, it's gonna pump up a bit, just like other spots. I know. Are you okay? You're okay. And but I mean that it happens. But so that's part of it. But so when you suction it, it's going to fill with blood more, and it's going to plump up. So they kept saying this was Kylie Jenner's like her lip plumper that she uses, right? No, it would plump your lip, but it was very for a very short period of time. Like as soon as it worked its way back out, your lips were back to normal. Are you a guy? Not anymore, baby. Does it matter, John? Is there a reason it matters? I mean, I don't have an Adam's apple, so I'm just saying there's a like that could have like my gothic queen. Hi, Jonathan. How are you, honey? But like that would probably be like a first like little clue. No mate. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Hey sis, I round up guys. Welcome through. Tap the screen for me. Like the live. I said I am live on TikTok. I'm live on YouTube. Welcome through. Everybody's more than welcome in here. I dig it. Okay, so let's see. So I've been talking about this one recently, right? This one was, if you guys haven't heard the whole Jack the Ripper case, I actually looked it up because I was curious to know if it was like real or not. And apparently it is. Like I don't know. Like I said, they're thinking they solved the Jack the Ripper case after all these years. I explained to it. I won't even. Yeah, man, cool. Oh, what? That I don't have an Adam's apple? I mean, I've never really felt out like I missed out by not getting an Adam's or by not like having an Adam's apple. Like, does it do anything else besides just sit there? I think it just sits there, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm just saying there are little like context clues you can take through. you know. Yeah, it's really. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Do you think, boo? But so okay, so they recently took AI, right? And this guy, he is considered himself an investigative consultant. I don't know how you get that name, investigative consultant, but yeah. But so he thinks that he has used AI to solve the Zodiac and the Black Dahlia case. What he did was he cross referenced. He actually thinks that they're the same person. Anybody that doesn't, I love crime documentaries. I'm like a weird. If I did a podcast, I would do like a crime documentary podcast, like just straight up. Like I would love it. I love like true crime. Like I don't know. I'm like one of those weird people. But so he thinks that the Zodiac and the Black Dahlia are actually the same person. And what he did was normally I said with crimes, like those type of crimes, like where they're serials, they will not stop until they either go to jail, pass away, get locked up. Like there has to be some major life change in order for them to be stop. Like it's a compulsion. Most people can't stop it, especially once they start doing it. It's you scared the shit out of me when you done sir. But like most people, when they start doing it, they can't stop. It's a compulsion. Like they have to keep doing it, especially when they don't get caught, because then the adrenaline's mixed in with it and all that, and you know. But so yeah, they think so. This guy, he ended up, he took and he. I mean, I would think that moving would be like a change of life. Like it doesn't necessarily stop them. I'm with you all the way. Oh, I appreciate you, Janet. But like, so it doesn't stop it. But I can imagine, especially when they didn't have like the like now there used to be like all these counties that like they remember once upon a time it was a thing that cops wouldn't travel across county lines to go. So if you were somebody and you ran far enough from the police, eventually they'd stop chasing you. They didn't have helicopters. They didn't have stuff that was like they didn't have that. So if you took off, there was a good chance you were going to get away. Well, so he's gone back through and he has linked up certain times that the Dahlia crimes happened, and when that happened to a certain individual who he was in both places. Like he had moved around that point in time from one place to the other. I don't know. I know the Black Dahlia was out in California. The Zodiac was in New York, correct? I believe so. But that linked up to like this one guy. Love your laugh. You know what's funny, Jonathan? I said I've had the same laugh my whole life. Nobody ever said a word about it until I started live streaming. I worked in an adult store for like 7 years. We would cut up all the time in there. I would be laughing at work like, oh, no, I didn't know I had a weird one. I did not know I had a weird one until I started live streaming, and then people started saying stuff about it. And I was like, do I? Oh. Huh. And then people started saying Eddie Murphy, and I was like, man, I was hoping it was going to be a cute, sexy laugh, and then I started getting Eddie Murphy. I've also heard Fran Drescher, which that's also not a sexy laugh. Like, not. I didn't know that I sounded like Eddie Murphy when I laughed. I think it adds to your personality. I really want to do. I've seen this one show, right? And it was a talk show in France, and I said I don't hear it. Like I don't hear that I have like a unique laugh. Like when I always thought I laughed like everybody else. I would love to find different people that have weird laughs and just kind of get a show together. That was probably I was laughing. I didn't even know what I was laughing about when I was doing it. I don't think any of them knew what they were laughing. They were all just sitting around in a circle and laughing at each other's laughing. I'm like, that's a live stream I'd watch. That's a live stream. Anytime like you don't even know what anybody's laughing about, you just go in the live stream and you hear all these different laughs and you're like, something must be funny. That would be awesome. Okay, so let's see. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say there. Who does DK Metcalf? Metcalf? Yeah, Metcalf. Who does he play for? I assume a football player. It looked like a football game. He got into it with one of his fans. Fans, quote unquote fans. Like he was somebody that was there to see a game. I don't know what team he plays for, but he got into it real bad with a fan. And that's the thing is like I get it. Like you're in an adrenaline filled sport, but like they get fined big money if they assault somebody at one of the games. They get fined like big money. Did you ever see where the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader got hit with the football? I don't know why I thought that was so funny, but I watched that on replay like 4 times. Like I thought it was funny. But so I don't know. I can't get into football. Do you guys watch football? I've tried Seattle. I think maybe not. I've tried watching football. I used to do like football cheerleading in high school and everything, and it was always fun to be around like at the actual games. But like I don't get it. Like I'll be watching on TV and I'm like, oh, like you have to watch the same replay like 8 times. And a lot of times stuff too, I think is just more about drinking than anything else. So like I think that going to the football game is more about going and pre gaming. I don't know. I can't get into it. Like I've tried watching it before. I'm like I'll watch the Super Bowl just not even to watch this. I'll just turn on. Oh, the halftime show's on. Like I'll do that. I won't even watch the game. Like I don't. I really. When I say like on my list of priorities, who wins the Super Bowl is like way down there, like way down there. It is not. But like I said, everybody's got their thing. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their thing. Okay, so let's see. There were 1,000 surfers that. Did you guys hear about that stuff that happened on Bondi Beach? Is that how you pronounce it? Bodie Beach? It's like a beach down in Australia. They just had a couple active shooters, and there was like a really dramatic video going around. It was where this other guy, he like, and this dude did not look young. Like if you look up this video, this dude did not look young. He looked like he was probably in his late 50s, 60s, somewhere in there, right? Like you're just seeing like a farther back picture. But like, I have one request. Okay, we're fulfilling requests now. Okay, that's cool. But so they ended up like he ran up. He seen this person was shooting, and he actually wrestled the weapon like away from the dude that was shooting. That's crazy, isn't it? Like he just and he said he didn't even think about it. He just went right like right for it. Like he just didn't even think about it. And I'm like, oh my god, like that's wild. But so they had all these people that got injured down there. Well, there were 1,000 surfers that came together to pay tribute, where they all sat like in the water on the shoreline. What was your request? I don't even know what your name was, but he said I have one request. I said okay, what? And then he didn't say anything else. I'm like, all right, cool. Okay, we are doing makeup. I said, guys, I do trending topics. Welcome through. Tap the screen like the live. We're on here for a little bit more. I said, my poor voice, man. It's been doing good like the last couple days. I'm trying to not overly like overdo it. Um. Oh, there's like a former Nickelodeon star. His name was what is it? Tyler Chase. They found him. There's a video that went viral recently. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Very belated. Yeah, thank you, honey. How was your Christmas? I hope everybody had a good one. Thank you, Jonathan. Guys, I like it when y'all tap the screen. It makes my heart feel like extra happy. I like Morgan Wallen a lot. I find him overly sexy. I don't think I've ever thought anybody was hot before that had a mullet. Don't think I've ever. That's like a new one for me. But I do think he's hot. What else? Okay, so they apparently this guy, he's a lot of people out in like Hollywood are struggling with substances. People everywhere are struggling with substances, like fuck substances, like whatever. So he's like a former child star. So Jeffree Star actually reached out to him. Like there was a whole bunch of celebrities that came together because there was a video of him on the street. And like imagine that, like you're already living with this, but then having people recognize you while you're homeless and you're dirty and you're, you know what I mean, like haven't showered and, and then Stefan, what's up, Stefan? But so there people are trying to come through to get him help, and I'm like, I would assume that most people like it makes it's interesting to me when people say they want to get somebody help because you can give people resources, but at the end of the day, you can't make them do stuff. I get that like whole thing. I said I've had my gallivant through. I've tried substances, but not. I've never tried anything too heavy, thankfully. But like, I'm like I can spiral without substances. I really don't need them in order to spiral. I can fuck shit up without substances involved. Like that's just all there is to it. Um. So, but then there was also too. There was another one. Andy Dick. He actually he was found. There's a videos going viral of him right now. I think it was last week that this happened. He was found on a street in Hollywood, and he was ODing. Like he was there, and there's videos of him, and he had like wet himself. Like I mean, like so now apparently he's saying he needs help too, and I'm like when you got a black, oh god, that was horrible. That was horrible, Janet. That was horrible. And I said, I'm so thankful that Joe was here because if he hadn't been here, I wouldn't have known how this fucking. And I said, I still have like a little scar right above my eye. I still have, yeah, I'm epileptic. Like I don't even drink without having a babysitter around me. Yeah, that sucked. Like, that sucked. That was a very, like, I feel like we've gotten under control. Some days I think not, but like I think I'm okay. Like I said, the worst thing I'll do is like greenery. It's like the worst substance. I don't even know if that's considered a substance anymore. But like and then I'll drink. That's like it. I'm not even like a love from London. Hi Lisa, what's going on? But like you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm just not. Like I said, I'll drink. Like I'll get a little shitty. I'm not above getting fucked up, but you know what I'm saying. Like the only thing I will use is like herbal, and then like I only drink. I drink when I go out to play pool. That's when I go out, and it doesn't. It still doesn't take. I'm still like a lightweight. Like you know what I mean. So let's see. Okay, but like how embarrassing is that though that you OD and then you know what I mean? Like you have like I'm good. Thank. Oh, I'm good. Do you know straight? No, I don't, Miss Who. Yeah, not a clue. What's that, like a band? Alright, so let's see. Okay. So there's a woman that came forward that her civil case just got thrown out of court, right? She's claiming that she is Miley Cyrus's original mom. She's claiming that she was trafficked and that when she got pregnant with Miley, she was like 12 years old, right? I don't know how much legitimacy. So, like, here is what I will tell you. Go look at a picture of this woman. Like, look up this story. Go look at a picture of this woman. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Miley Cyrus's mom. She really doesn't look like her mom at all. At all. And you see this woman, and you're like, she looks just fucking like her. Like if they're like you would see this woman on the street and be like, has anybody ever told you you look like Miley Cyrus? Like it's not even something that you would think about. Like she literally looks just like her. So I can see maybe like she got a little deluded because people kept saying you look like Miley Cyrus. Mental illness is a real thing, all that good stuff. But like, she does look like her. But so she came forward with a case. I guess it got thrown out for lack of evidence, all this stuff. But it was where yeah, that was it. She was suing because she said that there was a conspiracy to take her baby away, and they said that Miley Cyrus was Billy. She's saying she did have an interaction with Billy Ray Cyrus, and that she got pregnant from it, and then they stole the baby, which ended up being Miley Cyrus. Man, it seems a little far fetched, but like, what? Like, does anybody? Nothing I could ever think about Hollywood would ever surprise me. Like, are we saying that that's physically 100%? No, we're saying in rational everyday life that wouldn't be like a thing. But when people that get money, they get a little crazy, man. Like most of us would say, okay, that's not something. But like I said, the pictures of the woman are really like. I really want to get like I said, I'm working on getting a new laptop because like mine has been taking a shit slowly. But I really want to get, and I because I really thought it was TikTok studio that shut it down. So I'm like, I want to get another one, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't like I want to run studio off of it, but I don't want it to shut down my thing again. Is it pink? No, it's black and it's fallen off. Yeah, it's like my soul. It's just a black vortex. It doesn't matter if it is. You're not gonna get to find out. Like I'm good at all that. So, all right, guys, here we go. So let's see. Next one. Okay, so they've been going through recently and looking at some of Trump's claims. They said that he went on TV and said that there's a lot of medications that are down 1,000%, 2,000%, 3,000%, all this stuff. And they went back and they looked at his math and they said that is 100% completely impossible math. That was interesting. Okay, so I jotted it down. All right. Let's see. There was a massive powder outage. I'm gonna learn how to talk one of these days. There was a massive power outage. It left 130,000 homes in San Francisco without power for a few days. Oh, you guys want to hear something crazy? So in my area, it was the other day. It was at one of our DMVs, like in the area, right? There was pew pew that happened. Like one of the police officers that was in there got the day before Christmas. Like the day before Christmas. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. And so they found the guy. The guy is also from my area. He's around my age. Tell me why he his pictures online. My old gym are in the background. I'm like, weird. Like, you know what I mean? But I feel so bad. So like my area's been really like kind of up in arms about this one because like this was a pretty bad one. Like he's got like a young child. I'm like I will never understand. Like the dude freaked out because he got stopped because he I don't know. Love what Antonio? Like this dude had like a 3-year-old child and shit. So people were like really really upset. That other dude ended up being from the area, but people are still like pissed. Like oh my god, like people are. It's bad. But so there was Planet Fitness down in Miami, right? And I was actually talking to my daughter about this morning because like we have Planet Fitnesses in my area, but the problem is Planet Fitness for like a regular card where you can go and get as many showers as you want, use the gym, but just not any of the perks. It's like $15 a month. So there are a lot of people that are um, home displaced. I don't know how they're calling it now, that are homeless. And what they're doing is they're going up and they're signing up for Planet Fitness. It's $15 a month. They pay the $15 a month, but then they can go take as many showers as they want. They can get in like the warmth for a little bit. The problem is like I said, substances are a very big thing. In my area, especially, they're extra big. So I can't tell you how many times I've been to the gym and somebody was sitting out there like sleeping. And I'm like, you might want to check them. Like, because normally if somebody's like sleeping like that in the middle of a gym, they're probably like, they probably need some Narcan. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you might want to go check on them. They might not like, but it's sad that it's like that. But that's kind of like how it is. So there was a Planet Fitness down in Miami, right? One of the and these employees. These employees do not make enough. I used to work for a venue, and I would work ticketing, and the people were pre gaming, and they would come in all fucked up wanting to fight, and you're like, dude, like, come on. And like this woman jumped over the counter because I guess her membership hadn't been paid, so he told her, well, you can't go in. And she like freaked out, jumped over the counter. Like I'm like, yo, people are crazy out there anymore, man. Like seriously, like people out there are nuts, and there is nothing that is worth losing your life over. I would say that to the girls in my store. Like if like don't if you really think somebody's nuts and they're taking something, let them take it. Like it is not worth stopping somebody and you getting hurt or you know what I mean. Like people are crazy. But yeah, the venue was one of the worst ones because they said like it was. I was doing one. Hey Aristotle, what's going on? And it was just like the drink prices at the venue were like super expensive, so they would literally pregame and like you're like, dude, why are you fighting with me? I'm not even. I'm trying to help you, dude. Like just chill. I'm trying. What? And then the store. Oh God, I would be at the store and it would be like I said. I worked in an adult store for many years, right? And I would go into the store and it would be Stefan. Hi, Stefan. And then it would be like 11 o'clock at night, getting ready to get out of there, and some drunk chick walks in and she wants to cry on me in like the movie section about how her and her husband are going through a divorce. And I'm like, why am I your person? Like, why am I the person to talk to about this? I'm the chick that's just in here putting the movies away. Like, I am not Like, but then you also have to feel bad because you're like, man, am I like the best person they had to talk to? Was like the chick in the adult toy store. I cried on the chick show. I say this because this actually has happened. Like, where somebody came in looking for movies at like 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday. I'd be getting ready to close up and shit. And somebody's like, oh, can you stay open a little bit more? And you're like, the fuck? I don't want to leave the adult toy store open more so that you can look for movies. Like, come back tomorrow. Like, but yeah, I used to have people in there that would be drinking like all the time. They'd come in Friday night, Saturday night, all fucked up. All right, so we are rocking through with this, guys. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost done our makeup. We're almost done. Okay, so let's see. Oh, who's? I was gonna say that. Did you guys watch It Chapter 2? There's an actor in it. I don't know what he plays. His name is James Ransone. He passed away. He just passed away at the age of 46. So I don't know if that's a. Did you guys watch what was it? Welcome to Derry. That's been the last couple days. That's been happening in my house the last couple days. Welcome to Derry. So I said I love. My daughter's got a big thing for clowns. I love clowns. I said my mom was a clown, especially like creepy clowns. That's my jam. I do. I love creepy clowns. I find them more interesting than normal clowns. You know, they're creepy. It's lots of fun. I love the fact that they are doing this whole like gothic Christmas thing. That might actually make me. I keep saying this might be what it takes to really make me like Christmas is having like the gothic Christmases. I've seen a lot of people this year that have had black trees. I've seen a lot of people that have done like Halloween Adventure got turned over to like what was it, Christmas Adventure or something. They went from one holiday and just rolled it into the next one. And I was like, I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm just saying that's pretty cool. I do like that a lot. Talk to you later. Oh, bye, Janet, honey. Yeah, have a good one, baby. I said I'm getting ready to get off here in a couple minutes myself. There we go. You're just getting a little bit. Our lip liner on. We're gonna make a combo happen. Oh, I love your face, Janet. Be safe, honey. I will talk to you later. I love Janet, guys. Janet's another one. She's been a long time friend. I'm like, I look at some people and I'm like, don't you get tired of looking at me? I will get tired of looking at me, honey. Janet's been one of my faithful longtime friends. Margarita too. I'm like, Margarita, how do you still stand looking at me? Like, she's literally been a good friend of mine for like 6 years. I think Margarita has, and like we talk pretty regularly. And I'm like, but and you still come through my live stream to see me out there all the time. Like my jokes got to be old at that point. I've never said that they were great to begin with, but they gotta be. I'm like, how? Like, and you're still laughing at my jokes? What? Okay, guys. All right. We are done. Okay, guys, I'm going to get ready to jump off here. I appreciate you guys stopping by to see me. Come by and see me again. I said it is going to be another beautiful day. I hope you guys all have an amazing one if I don't catch you again. Okay, all right. We're going to do this. We're going to do this today. Okay, love you guys. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope everybody had a beautiful holiday. I said we are rocking right along. Time to go be productive. Okay.